Afternoon conference, Fraser Amos, delegate for Taunton CLP, and it's my first conference. Conference, I would like to call reference back of the final 4 paragraphs of the subsection titled Social Security and Pensions for All of the Work, Pensions and Equality Report on page 75 and call on the NPF to explicitly commit to scrap all planned welfare cuts. Conference, I joined the Labour Party 3 years ago to help fight every wretched Tory attack on our welfare state, on the poorest and disabled. So I welcome the reiteration in the report of our commitment to end the bedroom tax, to end the ESA work-related activities group cut, to end the new personal independent payments regulations, to scrap the work capability and PIP assessments, and scrap the degrading sanctions regime and other cuts. However, Conference, the section of the report I am referencing back begins by stating that some of the government cuts have been legislated for, but not yet come into effect. It then goes on to note concern about the impact of these cuts and the effects of the benefit freeze on the poorest. Yet, Conference, there is no commitment to scrap these cuts. There is only £2 billion provided to address the £5 billion of cuts to universal credit and support for children. There is no commitment to end the benefits freeze that will hit people harder as inflation rises, and in total, there is no commitment in the report to scrap £7 billion of planned welfare cuts. Conference, this is not good enough. Our party established the welfare state in 1945. It is our job to defend and extend it at every opportunity and stand up for the people we exist to represent. We know that welfare isn't a handout. It's a safety net for everyone. It's all that stands between every one of us and destitution, and if cuts continue, not much of it will be left standing. Conference, we cannot allow any welfare cuts under a Labour government. Let's insist that our party is explicit in its total opposition to every single Tory welfare cut. Conference, please support this reference back. Thank you.
Thank you, Delegate. You indicated that you wished... Sorry. Yeah. Thank you, Delegate. You indicated that you wish to refer back part of the Work, Pension and Equalities report. Could you confirm the precise clause that you wish to refer back?
So it starts from while the government's cuts to social security have already been legislated for, and it's
Which page?
Page 75. And it's from while the government cuts to social security have already been legislated for. It's from there to the end of that subsection.
Okay, thank you. Okay. That's moved. Next, we'll take the votes on the Work, Pensions and Equalities Policy Commission Annual Report. And this is reference back, so I'll do it now. Now, the delegate from Taunton CLP moved reference back of paragraphs 4 to 7 on page 75 and explained his reasons for doing so. To be clear, this is the final 4 paragraphs of the section on social security and pensions for all, beginning while the government's cuts to social security. The effect of a reference back being passed is that the Work, Pensions and Equality Policy Commission and National Policy Forum are instructed to reconsider the contents of that section and report back next year. We will now take the vote on the reference back. First, we'll take a show of hands. If that is not conclusive, we will take a separate show of hands amongst CLP and affiliated delegates. If that's inconclusive, we will take a card vote. Can I see all those in favour of referring back paragraphs 4 to 7 on page 75 of the Work, Pensions and Equality Policy Commission Annual Report? And those against? Oh.
It's a split between the affiliates and the... We're going to have to do it as a split on the...
So that's split. Yeah. So that wasn't conclusive. So can we now? It wasn't. Can we now take a vote just among CLP delegates? Can I see all those in favour of the reference back?
Just constituencies. It stresses this is just constituencies.
This is just constituencies. And those against? Okay. Affiliated delegates, can I see all those in favour of reference back? And those against?
Reference back's carried.
The reference back's carried.